Welcome back to the channel. This is Simon's Pro. I've done this before and I want to do it again. I'm taking a look at this article, and this is coming from Digital Trends, and the title kind of captured me. Chromebooks lost their chance to shine. And I've looked through this already. He has some points. I may have a little pushback, but let's get into it.
Okay, so I want to get into it. Chromebooks lost their chance to shine. Chromebooks had an interesting place in the laptop market over the past decade. Yep. They became the go-to option for schools, cheap, easy to administer, and durable machines that could take a beating. No lies told there. I think that's how a lot of people discover Chromebooks. But they had a secondary demographic and people that look just looking for just a highly efficient laptop. Chromebooks led to charged and acquired long-lasting laptops even before the modern MacBooks came out. That is correct. Chromebooks came on the scene with long-lasting battery life. They were and still are affordable by comparison to Mac and Windows, especially Mac. But I know where he's getting at. This is before Apple Silicon. And when it comes to best laptops, few things matter more than efficiency. Everyone wants a laptop that is not fast enough, but also quiet, cool, and long-lasting. That describes my Pixelbook Go pretty accurately. It was long-lasting, it made no noise, and pretty efficient. Although Chromebooks were often sold just as cheap as laptops, they had a secret weapon. The efficiency of the systems allowed them to gain a reputation for having a very battery life, and then either of their counterparts, and again, that's before 2020, Chromebooks, they said Chromebooks were ahead of the game, yet they're still primarily known as disposals to devices. That is accurate. Again, most people know Chromebooks if they had like a kid in school, but they start bringing these laptops home. And that's how I think they got introduced to Chromebooks. I first saw them at the public library. I didn't know that they were Chromebooks per se, but that is the first time that I remember seeing them. I remember I was with a friend of mine, and I thought that was like strange that they were giving kids actual computers that they can not take home, but have separately just assigned to them. Google's that tip and changed percentage of Chromebooks. They said it's half-hearted. Not sure about that. Slow, but I didn't see what you mean. And the culture of Google, that's not going to be a surprise. They do kill off a lot of products. The most serious attempt comes in the 2017 launch of the original Pixelbook. So yeah, this is the original Pixelbook that came out at $1,000. He said to me this wasn't worth the $999 at the time. And I wasn't paying attention back then when Google launched the first Pixel. I think I watched MKHB video where he first looked at it, but other than that, I couldn't get people's reaction. I didn't know what people's expectations were. Chrome OS has come a long way, so I can only imagine. When was this? 2017. So we're talking some years ago. What the market looked like. It wasn't a good device. And I heard about the Pixel Slate. That did not go well. Now, 2019, I believe around that time is when I started paying attention to Chromebooks. I already had a Chromebook at that point, but in 2019, that's when they released the Pixelbook Go. But by never delivering another high-end model, Google was always conceding to the current perception of the Chromebook. It no doubt seemed like a wise decision to let the momentum die down and let Chromebooks continue their more modest position in the market. Yeah, I get it, but I wish they wouldn't act this way. When it comes to Chromebooks, they just make their laptops as halo devices to encourage other OEMs of what to do. Because if you notice, I know Samsung took the cues of both these laptops. The Pixelbook original, and then we get the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook, and then there was a Samsung Chromebook Go, but in my opinion felt like it's the Pixelbook Go of Samsung, if that makes sense. So they were halo devices. They were just to show what is possible and to get the other OEMs up on another level. I wish they treated it more like their Pixel phones. It has the same brand name, where they're going to release software for other Android manufacturers, but at the same point, they're going to get in the game and they're going to actually compete. That's how I wish they would treat the Chromebook line. Do help other OEMs, but put your own skin in the game. But again, 2020 came around. The Mac went to Apple Silicon and leapfrog over everybody, battery life included. ARM-based Apple Silicon. That's when the momentum really started. Doubling battery life in these devices were costing a single cent more. Not only that, but they were also quiet, cool, and fast. That's right, there wasn't a big price increase. That was a surprise to everyone. You was getting a much better laptop and the price didn't even jump up. Especially Chrome can still be offered as a non-Apple alternative that value efficiency and simplicity. But a lot of Chromebooks can't say that anymore. So I didn't think he's saying that was fine because you got a Chromebook because you didn't want to deal with Mac now, but it was still arguably more efficient than Windows. Let's see, this year marks one of the biggest moments in Windows history with the adoption of Snapdragon X in the Copilot Plus PC line. Let's see, this laptop line, huge moves forward and allow Windows devices to compete with MacBooks. Battery life and efficiency performance are the name of the game, and these laptops have it in spades. All right, what he's getting at is something I've thought of myself, if I'm being honest. When Snapdragon X Elite or Plus, like that whole line of chips, when they got into the Windows laptops, and they too gained battery life, more efficiency, and they are better at ARM than any Chromebook. I'll say it that way. Because Windows on ARM wasn't, it just sucked. From what I can tell, I never used one. Chromebook has already been on ARM. They have had Snapdragon chips put in them. But you either have the efficiency or you have the power. Mac figured out a way to have both. And the Snapdragon X Elite is giving that same combo to Windows. So now they have power and efficiency. Right now, Chromebooks are stuck picking either one. You're going to get the efficiency of ARM chip, or you're going to get the power that comes from an Intel chip or a Ryzen chip. And that choice sucks. From the looks of it, there's already been a positive sales report. That's true. And it says there's little room for a third competitor to sell laptops, which that's kind of doom and gloom, but he's not lying. Even in the smartphone world, you Android or Apple, Windows tried to be number 3 and it didn't work out. They had a shot and it flopped. No one really wants to come in and make a third option because we don't want a third option. You have a hard time convincing consumers pick another option, and I don't think it's that bad when it comes to the computer market, but it could be better, especially if you're a Chrome enthusiast such as myself. So he's talking about Chromebook Plus that came last year. Now, it should be said that Google hasn't given up entirely. The latest iteration of the premium Chromebook idea was relaunched in October of 2023 under the banner of Chromebook Plus. These Chromebooks have faster processors and better screens, and they even have some new AI features to boot. But basically, this is a spec boost, and some of these devices already existed in the wild, but it's just rebranded to distinguish between a not bad Chromebook and a good Chromebook. You need a minimum Core i3, 8 GB of RAM, 128 GB of storage, 1080p webcam, and such. I do think right now that the AI features that are on Chromebook Plus are more useful than what you get on the Surface laptops or just the Snapdragon X Elite laptops. And I certainly believe they are more affordable, as for just a little over $300, you can get one of these Chromebooks and the AI features versus paying near $1,000 for one of those Surface laptops or one of the Snapdragon laptops. So while I can see his point, I don't think it's just as cut and dry as that. For one, the common person don't know about them. I would imagine not. They are more likely to probably run into a Chromebook Plus model than they are one of these high-end laptops. So I don't think we will be able to tell. And until a couple of years, I think we will be able to know just the impact of Snapdragon in the Windows market, because they're still going to be using Intel. They're not getting rid of it. Unlike on the Mac side, where they totally abandoned Intel and they solely went in on their M series of chips. Windows doing that is playing the field. These are still going to come out Intel. I think there are other chip manufacturers that are coming out soon or next year. The same is going to be right now when it comes to Chromebooks. They still Intel. They are also on ARM processors. There is another high-functioning ARM chip coming down that's going to be probably exclusive for Chromebooks. How powerful it's going to be, I don't know, but this could raise to Chromebook Plus standard. As of right now, no ARM chip qualifies Chromebook Plus because no ARM chip has the power necessary to push out these AI feature sets that Google has made. But I'm believing, I don't have hard evidence, that this new chip that's coming out will be powerful enough to run those programs. That's all I wanted to do. If I want to go through this article, I might do this every once in a while. You tell me what you think. Is it just not worth it anymore? Did Windows coming out on Snapdragon put the nail in the coffin, and there's no reason for Chrome OS devices to exist? Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Thanks for watching.